What's up, everybody? My name is Erin, and welcome to the Mad Maker Studio. It's Casual Friday, and we're here to highlight another demo game. This is Rosewater. Little screen from the devs. Welcome to the Rosewater demo. This demo is a work in progress. I will keep that in mind. Rosewater features multiple paths, puzzle solutions. Oh, it's two of my favorite things. So if you get stuck, there may be another approach. I love it when there's multiple solutions. This is great. Thank you for playing and enjoy. Francisco Gonzalez, developer. Thank you. Thank you, Francisco. I cannot wait to share this demo with my 54 subscribers at the time of recording. All right, let's hop on into it. Western Vespuccia, the town of Rosewater, 1850.
Huh. Quiet.
Oh my god, it's voiced?
Howdy, ma'am. Allow me to extend the warmest of welcomes on behalf of the town of Rosewater and its inhabitants. Folks call me Jem. And who do I have the honor of greeting?
Harley Leger.
Delighted to make your acquaintance. Might I assist you with your luggage? That is, if you've got any.
I don't.
Ah, right. Well, what brings you to our fair town, Mrs. Leger?
I was not expecting it to be voice acted. This is a bonus. Thank you. I don't know this man. It's none of your business. Who are you? I don't gotta tell you what I'm here for.
None of your beeswax. Take a hike, kid.
Oh, come on. I'm just doing my job.
What is your job? Yeah. I'm going to write for the Rosewater Post and Publishing Company. Again, I don't have to answer to you. What job? Annoying people?
And what job is that? Official town pain in the neck?
Jeez, lady, did a snake bite you where the sun don't shine? I'm the town greeter. Figured that much was obvious.
Uh-huh. Look, I have an appointment to keep.
Wear a name
if you'll
tag.
Excuse me.
Oh, sure. Don't stick around on my account, but a small caution. Rosewater ain't always such a sleepy little town.
What are you doing? Trying to pickpocket me?
Hey!
Say, I've just remembered another engagement.
This how you welcome new arrivals? I have a mind to give you a thrashing.
This is great.
All right. Enough of that. Look, I was no choir girl.
But I was never quite so dumb.
But I at least had some brains. Word of advice, kid. Don't pick your mark in broad daylight, especially not at a lawman's doorstep. Go on, beat it, or I really will give you something to cry about. Now, where in the ether is that damn publisher's office?
Oh, this already has my heart. Okay, walk, interact, left click, double click, quick exit. Okay, cool. So it looks like whenever we reach a new area. Inventory, menu, hotspots. Oh, we get a hotspot hint mechanic. Much appreciated. Oh, the arrows. I love this. I love this so much. Can I investigate things? Yes, see the dots. Look at.
Soft drink crates. A sugary, fizzy way to beat the heat.
Should those be left out in the sun like that?
Nothing inside but a colony of ants. Shame. I could go for a sarsaparilla.
Ooh, that scared me a little bit. I wasn't expecting that.
I hope that isn't the town water supply.
I hope not either. See, that's the blacksmith.
Can't be a good sign when even the blacksmith goes out of business. No shoes for you, horsies.
Maybe he's just not open.
Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles.
So we can theoretically break in.
This padlock's not going anywhere. Not without encouragement.
And are the people just going to, like, let us do that in broad daylight? Or I'm a newcomer, they don't care, so I can't talk to them. They walk too fast.
Oh, hello there. Don't think I've seen you around before.
Just arrived in town. Name's Harley Leger. And you're Dr. Sedgwick?
At your service. Welcome to Rosewater and to my clinic. Anything in particular ailing you today?
Got anything to drink? It's hot out there.
I could use something cool to drink. It's hot as blazes, and I am this close to having a conniption.
You'll want to visit the Jack of Diamonds at the end of the thoroughfare. My stock doesn't offer much in the way of refreshment, I'm afraid.
Wouldn't expect to hear a doctor prescribing a visit to the saloon.
A sarsaparilla or weak beer, drunk in moderation, can be a perfectly healthful and thirst-quenching beverage. I'd recommend it over water in any case.
It's actually very smart. I love his little walk.
Quite a variety of potions and tonics you've got here, Doc.
It's only a small part of the bounteous pharmacopoeia that nature might make available to us, if only we knew her secrets. There is so much to be discovered.
I imagine you get your hands pretty dirty in this line of work?
It's for cleansing before, not after. I am a follower of the modern European theories, positing that disease follows from the propagation of tiny animalcules living on the surface of the skin. Thorough washing with soap and water is said to eradicate them.
Drown the little bastards, huh?
Something like that.
Medical College of Wicks? Never heard of it.
It's in central Rotterdam.
I love how we just
Not
walked
quite
into
the
this
University
man's
of New
establishment
Britannia, but
practice.
then
We're
what
just
is?
Like, we're like criticizing, not really criticizing, but just like, oh, that's where you went to school, huh? Oh, you're a doctor, you're telling me I should drink alcohol? Are you really? I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm just having a good time.
That's impressively clean.
Cleanliness is next to godliness, as they say, and good health starts with good hygiene.
Facts. And the chatter mouth. This is so reminiscent of, you know, these point and click game, like the Museum Madness era of 90s computer games. This is like hitting me in the gut with a wave of nostalgia. I'm grinning from ear to ear. Get me to, I don't know, how many subs should I need before I can invest in a webcam? Maybe I don't want to do that.
Hey, Doc.
Miss Leger.
What can you tell me about Rosewater?
Got any knowledge to impart about Rosewater?
Oh, well, it's a fine town.
You don't sound too enthused.
I'm sure you'll find plenty to see and do here.
Give it to me straight, Doc. I want to know your thoughts on this place. Warts and all.
Were Rosewater one of my patients, I would say the prognosis is not good. Not since all the Aurum claims dried up and the airship routes opened, leapfrogging over our rail line. The hangers-on keep this place
Why are you
gasping
still living
for
here?
breath, but I fear they only prolong the inevitable. I hope I haven't discouraged you, but you did ask my opinion.
We're in the era of steampunk technology. This is fantastic. Yeah, why don't you go somewhere else then?
If things are so bad, why not pick up and move elsewhere?
I swore an oath to do no harm, Miss Leger. As the town's only physician, leaving would mean abandoning my patients. There may not be many left to call on my services, but when they do, I am the only barrier standing between them and the grave.
Isn't that a bit dramatic, Doc?
Say what you will, I know where I stand on the matter.
How is business?
So, how's the medicine business?
What a question. I'm a physician, Miss Leger, not some two-bit snake oil salesman.
Didn't mean to imply you were.
I'm sure. At any rate, I've not had many patients of late. But that is the physician's dilemma, is it not? We are taught that idleness is a sin. But better that I am idle and the townsfolk healthy than my surgery be full of the ill and infirm.
Can't you get someone to take your place?
Why not train somebody to take over for you?
I did have an apprentice not long ago, my ward, Nadine.
What happened to her?
Oh, this is no kind of life for a restless young person. I encouraged her to put her talents to use elsewhere. She's ministering to the local native tribe now.
Tell me about this tribe.
Who is this tribe?
I'm afraid I don't know much about them, just that they have a small village somewhere in the valley. I believe they call themselves the Audam? Autumn? I'm not certain of the pronunciation. At any rate, they don't come to the town, and I imagine the townsfolk mostly let them be as well.
What do you know about the other townsfolk? Everyone seems to be in such a hurry.
You must know all about the townsfolk.
I am well acquainted with all their ailments, proclivities, and vices. But if you're just seeking gossip, you'll have to
is
find
this in
it
an
elsewhere.
era that is
I'll see you later, Doc.
prior to
Do take care of yourself.
doctor-patient confidentiality? Okay, I think we've gotten all the use we can get out of here. So, bye. Oh. Items. Oh, maybe we should have checked this first.
October 25th, 1850. Dear Miss Leger, thank you for submitting your sample. Your writing shows real potential. I'd like to extend an invitation to meet with me at the offices of the Rosewater Post and discuss the possibility of an extended commission. How soon can you arrive in town? I await your reply and look forward to making your acquaintance. Yours, Joan Gallagher.
Okay, well that's convenient. Post to publishing, but what's over here? I like to explore my environment before I go somewhere that I know is going to progress the story. I'm so afraid of missing out. Oh, somebody's arguing. Okay, this looks like it's the end of our map. Who they need a reward for, huh?
Looks like it's been up for ages. I wonder if they ever caught the guy. Or maybe he retired from crime. Or died of old age. Wonder if the whiskey here is any better than the rock gut back in Pierre.
Okay, on second thought, we might have to start interviewing the locals. So maybe let's go back in here. It feels pretty open world enough that we can progress the story and not be missing out. And hi! What a welcome. I feel like this character would be like, what are you doing? You almost landed on me.
Hey, what gives? 2 feet over and I'd be flatter than piss on a plate.
Looks like the doctor. I'll go get the doctor.
Don't you move. I'll fetch the doctor to have a look at you.
We're pretty tight now. I'm gonna go
Doc,
straight back
come
in.
quick. I've got an emergency.
How can I be of service?
Some poor fool's just fallen out a window.
At the Rosewater Post?
Yes. How did
How
you...
did you know?
Sounds like Joni's in a mood again. Let's go.
This also feels like something like to distract him, and then we go back
There he
into
is,
his
poor bastard.
office.
Oh dear.
Poke around.
Hello? Can you hear me? I'm Dr. Sedgwick. I'm here to help you. Can you move your legs? Spine seems intact. No obvious fractures of the arms or legs. That, I would say, is nothing short of a miracle. Right. He's in a bad way, but he'll live.
Is that it?
I'll get him back to my clinic and patch him up. You are truly a good Samaritan, Miss Leger.
It was nothing. If you'll excuse me, I have an appointment to keep.
Of course. God bless.
Hello, can I help you with something?
I'm here about the writing commission.
Ah, yes, you must be Miss Leger. I believe you and Joni exchanged some correspondence on the matter already, yes?
Yep, got the letter right here.
May I see it, please?
Ah, yes. Yes! Select.
Very good. Oh, one more thing. Joni's not one for formalities. First names will do.
Noted.
Go up those stairs and knock.
Thanks. What's your name?
Henry Dixon, ma'am. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
All right, I'm going to get back to work.
Cozy. Impressive piece of machinery.
Don't mind me just talking to myself.
Come in.
Hello, Joan. I'm Harley Leger.
Ah, yes. Nice to finally put a face to the name. Please take a load off. Whiskey?
Bit early for me, but thanks all the same.
Sensible. I like that. I, however, have had a morning, so if you don't mind.
The people running in the
Say,
background.
have we met before? Something about you seems familiar.
I don't believe so, no.
Well, let's get down to the meat and potatoes, shall we? If you're going to join our little family here, I'd like to know more about you.
Okay. Couldn't have just picked up a phone, maybe? We're in the era of steampunk technology. They just admitted to having airships. Like, how far did I travel to just get a preliminary interview? A succinct biography. Sounds like, Joan likes to get straight to the point.
Me? Well, I was born and raised in New Britannia, got out, made my way west, and started writing. I saw your ad while I was up in Pierre. Thought a change of scenery would do me good.
Well, admittedly, Rosewater isn't as cosmopolitan as it used to be, but maybe you'll find it to your liking.
There hasn't been a dull moment since I stepped off the train.
Speaking of, your writing sample had me in stitches. Haven't spent much time in Lamplight City myself, but your descriptions of the Toffs in Lyon. Hilarious.
That piece was inspired by my last visit a few years ago, actually.
Oh? What brought that about?
Sure, I had to take care of some family affairs. Tell the truth. You want to tell the truth to someone who might be giving you a job?
I had to go back and settle my late brother's affairs.
Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it wasn't in connection with that awful business at the Lamplight City Expo.
Oh, no, it was before that.
The Expo disaster was a national tragedy, of course. But I can't help remembering it as the week our paper sold more copies than it has before or since. Isn't that terrible? But enough about that. Let's get back to why we're here. I loved your sample, and I like you as well, Harley. So I'm going to go ahead and offer you a commission. I'll pay you 45 crowns for it. After that, we can talk about more regular opportunities.
How much is a crown? Harley sounds like she'd be going, hot damn.
Hot damn! So, what's my assignment? A scathing commentary on Rosewater's decline? Or maybe a hard-hitting expose on the plight of the marginalized criminal youth?
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I want you to interview Gentleman Jake Ackerman.
Who?
Oh, the other one. You've been living under a rock. He's a true Western legend. The Achilles of our times. We've got a real opportunity here. A star like that landing in our little town. I'd like something in the vein of your sample. Acerbic and mordant. But maybe not quite so acerbic.
So, a puff piece.
Good, you're paying attention. I want you to make Rosewater look good too. Show me a real frontier hero in a real frontier town.
Where can I find this Jake fellow?
He's taking rooms at the Jack of Diamonds just down the road. And his show is opening today at the Opera House. So he should be around for an interview. I don't know how you're situated here, but you're welcome to use the typewriter in the office.
I only write longhand, but I'd certainly be grateful for a quiet place to work.
Longhand. How charming. Now, if you have any questions before you go, by all means, ask.
Do I only get one option? Who was that man that went out your window?
So, who was the man that went out your window? Not another writer, I hope.
Oh, God, no. You're the only applicant we've had. Don't worry about him. Just a rabble-rouser with an axe to grind. Thought he could burst in here railing about my journalistic integrity. Most folks stick to writing letters to the editor. I tried to calm him down, but... well, it didn't go that way.
I see.
You said Rosewater Post covered the Lamplight City Expo?
The Rosewater Post reported on the Lamplight City Expo?
It was only the biggest story that year. I still got copies of the article saved. Here, read it for yourself.
The Rosewater Post. Disaster at Lamplight City Expo. The etheric pavilion at the Global Exposition in New Britannia, Kingsland, was the site of a terrifying disaster that claimed 15 lives on Saturday. During a demonstration by etheric researcher Dr. Bennett Clark, a device known as the etheric generator malfunctioned and released a burst of energy into the audience. The scene for the New Britannia Gazette. The thing that started up with a great cackling to the noise, startling the ladies in attendance and raising several city cries of excitement. In the next instant, there was a blinding flash of light. After that, there were just screams and a horrible burning smell. From where I stood, I could see a bunch of folks gathered to one side, and the apparatus just gone. Oh my god, I love it. I'm just now looking at the picture. Oh, where was I? There's so much text. After that was just screams and a horrible burning smell. From where I stood, I could see that a bunch of folks gathered to one side of the apparatus were just gone. All that was left was shoes and hats and things in a pile of ash, and the worst thing was their shadows were still on the wall behind. It's like that short story I had to read in middle school about nuclear fallout in a smart house. A controversial figure in the scientific community, Dr. Clark has championed novel theories on the existence of aethericity, a supposedly inexhaustible source of energy located in the upper atmosphere. The Etheric Pavilion, an exhibit jointly sponsored by Kessling Industries, Harmon and Grove, and Eastern Consolidated Coal, was intended to showcase the technology's potential before a global audience, although public enthusiasm may be somewhat dampened following the events of last weekend. Dr. Clark was taken in for questioning by authorities, but it remains to be seen whether he or any of his sponsors will be held legally responsible for the lives lost in an accident. Prime Minister calls for etheric ban. Prime Minister Art Leroy wasted no time in condemning the Lamplight City Expo disaster and called on Parliament to impose a ban on etheric research. Despite predictable opposition from the Atwood Ring, MPs may be more receptive to Leroy's proposal in the wake of the disaster. A vote is expected to be called in the coming weeks. Supporters of the Clark's research insist that an isolated incident does not invalidate the potential benefits of etheric technology, but public opinion may be tipping in favor of the ban. Only 2 coppers? Dang, that's a good price. The scene of the etheric ore, Gilroy mine to close. Silas Gilroy announced on Friday that our mine would cease operations at the end of the month. This marks the 3rd major mine closure in the past year, in addition to many smaller claims that have been consolidated and sold cheaply or abandoned. Like every other prospector who hauled out here, I was hopeful after early results. Whoops. What happened there? It just, was I not moving fast enough? I'm sorry, it just automatically went up to the home screen. Where was I? I was hopeful after early results were so strong, but those deeper veins have failed to turn up, said Mr. Gilroy. It's all sparkle and no show. The mine's closure will deal yet another blow to Rosewater's fortunes, leaving over 40 men out of work.
Can I keep this?
Frame it if you like.
Can you tell me about Rosewater?
Any insight you can give me about the town?
It's a far cry from what it used to be. In a way, it's nice not having to hear the noise from the saloon at all hours, but... oh, I don't know. Folk who moved on took some of the charm with them.
What about the townspeople?
What about the folks who stayed behind?
What about him?
Sounds like a pretty stalwart bunch.
Or stubborn. Go on and meet him for yourself. Best draw your own conclusions.
How'd you start this paper?
I'm curious. How did the Rosewater Post get its start?
Well, my dad was a union man. He worked the printing press for the Allied Fall Creek Miners Cooperative. Pamphlets, labour news, that sort of thing. Then the mine owners brought the Blackburns in to bust the whole operation up. My dad was laid up for months and could never work again after. But we still had to eat, didn't we? I took all the equipment from the old shop and started printing up an early version of the Post just to bring a little money in. At first, it was all just community notices and advertisements from local stores. Over time, I got the hang of the whole journalism thing and turned it into a real newspaper.
Okay. I'm not going to complain about not being able to write something else, so I'll just be on my way.
I'd best be on my way.
Right you are. Wait a minute.
What?
It's just come to me. I know why you look familiar. You're Spitfire Harley.
Goodness. It's been a long time since anyone called me that.
I saw you fighting back in 26 at Wellesley Hall in the Chum. You took out a brute twice your size with a right hook. Pow! It was like watching David bring down Goliath.
I appreciate the kind words, but that was another life.
Maybe so, but for a 14-year-old kid fresh off the boat, it was pretty damn inspirational.
Thanks, Joan. Appreciate it.
Of course. And please call me Joni.
The New Britannia Gazette. Keeping tabs on the competition?
Hardly. I kept that issue because they mentioned my paper.
Hey, that's Devil's Tooth. I passed it on the train right here.
Quite a sight, isn't it?
Nice typewriter.
A first. Good old Sheldon Model 4.
Fascinating device.
Isn't it just? To think, I can send messages from here to Bright Bay with the press of a lever.
What will they think of next? Is this the first edition of the Rosewater Post?
Yep, March 30th, 1845. One of the best days of my life.
I hope fixing that window won't be too expensive.
I may just leave it for a while. I'm enjoying the breeze.
You support Leroy?
I'm a proud Labourite, sure. I'll admit he hasn't been my favourite PM. But the way things were going with Atwood and the Traitus, this place would have been swallowed up by an automated newspaper conglomerate. Labour Party gets me vote any day of the week.
Fair enough.
Yeah, for anyone who hasn't heard me say this in several other previous videos I've recorded, we stand unions in this house.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself out there. Spitfire Harley, writing for my paper. Now don't that just beat all?
And the sound effects, the little details, are just, yes.
Excuse me?
How can I be of assistance?
How long have you been working here?
Been working here long, Mr. Dixon?
Oh, about 5 years. I was the first one Joni hired on shortly after launching the paper. Was a farmhand before that. Keeping books is much nicer than tending cow pens, let me tell you.
What can you tell me about Rosewater?
What's to know about this town?
You picked a fine time to arrive, Miss Leger.
Why's that?
A few years back, you could hardly drive a wagon through the street. It was so full of folk coming and going. I'm sure you've noticed that's no longer the case.
What happened to all those people?
So where did everyone go?
Wherever the Orem actually is would be my guess. There's still some prospectors hanging on, convinced they'll find something everyone else missed. I'm sure they'll all come to their senses eventually.
If they all go, where will that leave you?
Why, getting by, I imagine. Peaceful, quiet life. The railroad still brings some traffic. Folks on their way further west or shipping goods back east. Although not as many as before the transcontinental airship line opened up. Easier to sail clear over the country than ride the rails halfway. Suits me fine, though.
Who's that man that fell out of the window?
Exactly who was that gentleman just took a tumble out your second-story window?
I haven't a clue.
You see a
Devil
regular?
old fella. Just busted in here and went straight for Joni's office. He wouldn't be put off, but insisted on speaking with the editor immediately. Said he intended to lodge a complaint. Suppose Joni didn't take too kindly to his manner of lodging.
Well, I wouldn't either. He was obviously there to intimidate and threaten. Joni took the perfect course of action. That's some impressive facial hair. Maybe we can get a boyfriend while we're here.
Those are some mighty fine whiskers you've got.
Oh, why, thank you, Miss Leger. The missus tells me I ought to shave.
Oh, dang
but,
it, he's taken.
I'm fond of the look.
As you should be.
I'll let you get back to work.
I'll leave you to your work.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
thing about moving into these small towns. Small population. Everyone's probably already married. Can't meet no one new. Okay, can we go... It can't go that way. Go to the sheriff.
So they do have the law here. In theory, at least.
Howdy, stranger. Fresh off the train?
Yes, sir.
Come on
Just
in
looking
then.
at the
Let's have a
wall.
chat.
Why?
I'm Sheriff Gamble.
Harley Leger.
Pleasure. Just passing through.
Terrible name for
or-
a sheriff.
I'm here about a job.
Well, now, that's refreshing. Few come to Rosewater these days with the intent of staying long. How are you finding our town?
The welcoming committee leaves a lot to be desired.
I can't say much for the welcoming committee.
Beg pardon?
I wasn't in your town but 2 minutes when I was accosted by a pair of gutter snipes. They should thank their lucky stars I was in a good mood.
Dang it. I keep telling Jim to stop with that town greeter malarkey.
They were
But
in
that
it together.
Boy's got a head harder than granite. I've been too soft. I'd to throw him in lockup until he gets his head on straight.
Trust me, that'll only make things worse. Besides, I don't think they've yet written a statute outlawing vexatiousness.
You've a forgiving nature, Miss Leger. Anyhow, welcome to Rosewater. If you run into any more trouble, come and see me.
The writing is so good. Very reflective of the time period.
Doesn't look too comfy, but I guess that's the point. Does this cell see much use?
Nah, not really. But that's fine by me. The less I have to clean out that pot, the better.
I don't think I could survive in the Old West.
Those are some stern-looking ladies. Hey, Sheriff?
Ma'am,
Who are the people in this photo?
those are my sisters, Lord bless 'em.
Let me make you stand back up.
Irma's a real sweetheart. Don't think I ever met a kinder soul. I hope she's doing well.
They all
Beulah's
move
a
out?
real firebrand. She'd smack you across the face soon as look at you. She did to me plenty. Sadie died a few months after this picture was taken. I'm grateful to have this to remind me of her smile.
Are they dead or did they just leave?
Not a bad view. Hey, Sheriff?
Yes, ma'am?
What's this photo of?
That's a view of Colchester, where I grew up.
I'm gonna stand back up.
My folks still have a ranch there. Been meaning to pay 'em a visit. It ain't exactly a metropolis, but it's got character. Sometimes I find myself wondering what life would be like if I'd stayed.
Looks like a pretty rough
Whoa.
sort.
We just like teleported.
This fellow still at large?
Yep, but I reckon he's left the province.
Not enough people left here to scam.
Reminder, confiscated items to be placed in the box below. A plain leather bag. Wonder what's inside.
Oh, I wonder if we got him to leave, to attend to the man out the window. We could go through his stuff.
What's in the bag?
Oh, that's a set of lockpicks I confiscated from a would-be burglar.
Can I have them?
I wouldn't have figured the sheriff for a naturalist. Fancy yourself a lepidopterist?
Ha! Hardly. Picked that display up from a passing rag and bone man. But I like when the sun shines on their wings just so. Real thing of beauty.
Impressive collection. Hey, Sheriff?
Ma'am?
What's the story with these guns?
Now these are standard issue repeaters. Pretty powerful rifles. Thankfully, I've yet to use one in the line of duty. Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of one of these.
Sheriff, it's okay. You don't have to stand up every
What
time
a
I ask you
peculiar
about
decoration. Hey, Sheriff?
What's on your mind?
Why have you got a horseshoe hanging above the door?
Glad you asked.
something. Let me stand up.
My grandpappy told me a story about a blacksmith who was visited by the devil. The devil asked the smith to make him a horseshoe for his own hoofed feet, you see.
That's new.
So, the blacksmith took a red-hot horseshoe and nailed it straight onto one of his hooves. The devil howled out in pain. He begged the blacksmith to take it off again. The smith agreed, but on one condition. The devil must always respect the horseshoe and never enter any place where one is hung above the door. Hell of a story, wouldn't you say?
Is there any meaning? I forget if there's like a meaning of if it's hung like upside down or right side up, like whichever. Like if it was flipped, it had a different meaning. I might look that up later. I'm curious now. What's in here? This future railway. She's just like, I just came from there. What do you want from me? God, I love her fit. I don't think I've ever worn like a vest in a day in my life. But I want to go buy one now. Why are you following me, sir? I'm uncomfortable. Hey, who are you?
Was your meeting satisfactory, ma'am?
Quite so. Did you find any of those butterscotch sweets I asked for?
Afraid not. Only taffy and some peppermints.
Pity. This place seems to lack even the smallest of pleasures. Shall we?
That would suck if she was like in the saloon and because I didn't go in there, I missed an opportunity to like interact with her. But again, I have to remember multiple puzzles, multiple solutions.
These seem to be for decoration more than anything else. Food delivery for the lazy. Warning, watch the dang door. Signed, management. Now that is mighty tempting.
Can I get something to eat? Ooh, okay. Who's this fella over here?
Excuse me, kid, I need to get upstairs.
I'm really sorry, miss, but Mr. Ackerman's not taking any more meetings right now.
Out of my way. I'm from the Rosewater Post.
I'm here on behalf of the Rosewater Post.
Did you make an appointment?
No, I just got the assignment.
Okay. Look, Mr. Ackerman's upstairs getting ready for his show.
Can you
It
tell me
starts in
how to
less
make
than
an
hour.
appointment?
Why don't you come by and watch? You can come meet him afterwards.
I just need to interview him for a newspaper article.
Well, now, that's perfect. If you're going to write about it, you should definitely see the show.
I'm
Trust
down.
me, it's a real dazzler.
Suppose it beats waiting around here. The local populace getting sloshed. I bet that piano hasn't been tuned since the De Leon administration. She's making the best of it, though.
It sounds fine.
The local populace getting sloshed.
Getting smashed, mate.
The local populace getting sloshed.
Okay, let's go. There was another area we could explore where we saw the two gentlemen down here arguing. It looks like we got a new friend at the end of the street. I wasn't sure how. Oh, it's that guy.
For 20 coppers, it had better be one hell of a show. You again?
Oh, hey, Harmony, was it?
Harley. What in the ether are you doing here?
Oh, you're not still sore about earlier.
No, I think I taught your friend a lesson.
Nah. But your little friend might think twice about hoodwinking strangers again.
Look, nothing personal. My brother and me are just doing our best to get by.
He's your brother? You just walked away when your brother got caught?
Your brother? And you just strolled away? I ought to knock you into a cocked hat.
Anyone ever tell you got a real mean streak, lady?
You picked the wrong mark, but I can let that go. Hell, with a little effort, you two could be halfway decent grifters. But if there's one thing turns my stomach, it's disloyalty. That's your flesh and blood. If you don't have your own brothers back, who else on this wretched earth is going to give a flip if you're alive or dead?
You made your point. Now can we drop it already? I'm trying to do an actual legitimate job here.
What job?
Legitimate job? So you're not selling snake oil or stock tips or fire insurance?
Nah, nothing like that. I'm selling tickets to Gentleman Jake's legendary Wild West show. Only 20 coppers.
Can I buy a ticket?
I'll take one of those tickets.
Swell! And when would you like to come see the show?
Whenever it starts?
Oh, you mean today? Oh, well, I'm afraid I gotta disappoint you there. Sold the last of today's tickets not 10 minutes before you walked up.
Seriously?
Seriously, this ain't exactly the Coliseum. It only fits so many, and folks around here are real excited to see Gentleman Jake in person.
I just need to speak with Jake.
All right, look. I don't need to see some yahoo firing off his pea shooter. I just want to talk to this Jake fellow.
And I'm sure Gentleman Jake would be happy to meet you if you had a ticket to get in. Of course, I might be able to sneak you in quiet-like, but I'd be putting my job on the line, and I can't afford to lose it now. After all, I have my little brother to look after.
Just tell me what you want.
Only a small favor.
Spit it out.
Just help me retrieve something. A small item of great personal value. It's only my pa's pocket watch. Family heirloom, you see.
What happened to it?
It was stolen is what? By that one-eyed scalawag Lola Johnson. Probably stashed it away in the old smithy. She's been squatting in there for weeks now.
Oh, dang. Look at all these dialogue options. This sounds like a matter for the law.
If this Lola stole from you, why not report it to the sheriff?
Oh, come on. I thought you was sharp. That lazy tyrant would cuff my brother and me soon as look at us. It's just the two of us. Me and him against the world. We got no one else to turn to. Except for a bossy hellcat with a chip on her shoulder a mile wide who fancies herself some kind of smooth criminal mastermind when she ain't too busy licking pigs' boots. So, will you help us out?
What a way to end that sentence. Blacksmith shop is locked up. Can you give me something? Oh, I gotta get the lockpicks from the sheriff.
So?
So, I'm not breaking into private property?
I told you the place is abandoned. Lola's squatting in there. Besides, it's not really breaking in if you're retrieving something stolen. Sheriff Gamble won't trouble himself over it, trust me. And if you run into Lola, I'm sure someone like you can handle her.
Where's your brother now?
Where'd your brother get to? Keeping out of trouble?
Matter of fact, he's trying to make good after that screw-up earlier. Decided he's gonna try and get Pa's watch back all by himself. He's real tore up over losing it.
Great, then you don't need me.
If he's doing it, then what do you need me for?
Why, it's clear he ain't cut out for the job. I tried talking sense into him, but he's dead set on it. Wants to prove himself. But he'll be in real hot water if he gets caught. Which he probably will. That's why I'm asking you to do it before he goes and does something stupid. I can tell you could pull it off. No problem.
I'll do it, but only to get in.
You and your brother can go hang for all I care. But I want in this theater, so I'll do it.
Swell. You know where to find me.
Right here.
This place is falling apart, but these stone tiles were nice. Once.
Okay, so we got a single tile. Okay. Might have to throw it at something.
Never heard of this one. Betrayal, murder, revenge. Classic stuff. Never works out that way in real life.
Can we talk to these gentlemen here? We're gonna just like walk straight back all the way down there. Okay, never mind. Well, we got a tile. Maybe I don't need the lockpick from the sheriff. I probably could have gotten... Can we go into the physician's office and see if that guy is there? Because then that would have been a solution. Yeah, then if he was preoccupied with the sheriff. Oh, is he okay? Let's just pour
He
it
doesn't
on
look
there.
half bad, all things considered.
No, he was lucky. Once I'm done here and the laudanum wears off, he should be right as rain.
He kind of cute, though.
Hey, can you hear me?
Oh, I wouldn't try talking to him just now, Miss Leger. I gave him a mild narcotic to numb the pain. He'll be out of sorts for a while.
All right. I think... So, if we had gotten the sheriff to tend to him, which we shouldn't have, he definitely should have gone to the doctor. But then we could have gotten the lockpit set from the sheriff. But since we don't have that, we have this tile.
This thing's heavier than it looks. Bet I could do some real
We use
damage
this to break the lock.
I could easily smash this rotten bit of wood and get the lock off, but I'd better wait until the coast is clear.
What does that mean? What do you mean wait until the coast is clear? How do we make it clear?
Welcome back, Miss Leger.
Hey, Sheriff?
What can I do you for?
You hear about the guy who got thrown out a window?
Were you aware that a man was thrown from the window at the Rosewater Post?
Is that right? Who was it?
Never saw him before. Looked New Spanish.
Is he alive?
Yes, he's in Doc Sedgwick's care.
Well, that's good. Sounds like I need to have words with Joni, though.
How long have you been the sheriff here?
Just how long have you been the sheriff here anyway?
Oh, a couple years now. Like most everyone else, I came to Rosewater in '48, when we thought the hills were full of Orem. Except I stayed when it turned out they weren't.
You were a prospector?
Yep, but it turns out lawman was a more stable career.
A man in your position must have plenty to say about the town he serves.
Suppose that's true, but a stroll down Main will tell you most everything you need to know.
Anything of interest in the surrounding area?
Not really. The San Bernardo Valley don't offer much in the way of sightseeing. There's an army fort, Fort Beaumont, and an abandoned relic that used to be a laboratory. There's also an Indian village on the other side of the valley. But you'll want to steer clear. I've heard tell they can be real territorial. But all that's outside my jurisdiction. When you leave my town, you're taking your chances out there.
Who's that fancy older lady I saw leaving the saloon?
I saw a lady coming out of the saloon earlier. She was older, fancy looking, sounded old country. Any idea who that is?
Can't say it rings any bells. Wonder what someone like that'd be doing in Rosewater.
Can you tell me about Joan Gallagher?
I've yet to meet anyone with a more fiery temper. My advice is to stay on Joni's good side. You don't want to end up going out the window like that poor bastard.
Is Doc Sedgwick on the up and up, or is he one of those frontier quacks?
Oh no, Doc Sedgwick's tried and true. Well, he saved the town from a yellow fever epidemic just last year. The doc's pretty much the glue holding this town together. Leastways, that's what he's fond of telling everybody.
Anything you can tell me about Gentleman Jake? I'm writing an article.
What's the story with Gentleman Jake?
Which one? If even half of them are true, he's a lion among men, a real Western hero. But you can catch his show while he's in town and hear it straight from the source.
Know anything about Lola Johnson?
Not really. She mostly keeps to herself. As long as she don't cause trouble, I'm willing to overlook the squatting.
Thanks for the chat, Sheriff.
Come back anytime.
Real quick, I was wondering why Lamplight City sounded so familiar. It's because it's a game currently in my Steam library. I have not played it yet, but I do own it, and I will play it. If it's anything like this, I'm having a great time. I think I bought it because it said it was explicitly a detective game, and you all know how thirsty I am for detective games.
Gentleman Jake's show will be starting at the theater soon. You won't want to miss a second of it.
I'm here to talk to you, though. Can I talk to anybody else? What if I just knock you out?
You can keep your things, miss. I'm not interested.
All right. Fine. Oh, wait a minute. There was a thing we could do over here, maybe. Can we press the button? I gotta put that away. Can I put something in there? I need to get up to the top floor somehow.
For 20 coppers, it had better be one hell of a show.
All right, so the little notebook icon at the top of the screen, I finally clicked on it. We do have money on us, exactly 20 crowns. And it looks like it's showing us the different kinds of locks that are in this universe. So we have the warded lock, which is no key for me, turn the hook freely. Padlocks, wiggle the key to start the fun, then take the snake for a long, long run. Deadbolts, tense the key and choose the snake, look round as you give it a shake. And tumbler locks, the key stays still as the diamond shines, turn up just once, then down 3 times. Oh, that's fun. Diary entries not available in the demo. And that breaks my heart, but you know what? You know what? I'm going to buy the full game. I'm already so excited. And will 100% hop on playing Lamplight City. Is there anything else around here that I could utilize potentially? Maybe I can go back into the physician's office.
Dr. Bennett Clark, Master of Ethericity. All right, the Ethericity fellow. I didn't know he was working out here.
We couldn't interact with anyone in the saloon or any of these fine gents out here. Oh wait, I did want to I did want to go back and talk to Joni and ask why I can't get a press badge or press access.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you again too. Tell the Wi-Fi said hi.
What do you need?
Can I write about something else?
I don't want to seem ungrateful, but couldn't I write about something else? My style is more observational than, talking to people.
Relatable.
I don't know that that's really my strong suit.
We're talking, aren't we? If you want to write for this paper, you're simply going to have to stretch yourself beyond what you might be accustomed to. Besides, it's not as if you have to say anything particularly brilliant. Just get your subject talking and take notes. Finish this assignment, and maybe the next one will be more to your liking.
I'd best be on my way.
Right, you are.
Okay, maybe I needed that little push.
See you later, Joni.
Take care of yourself
So
out there.
maybe that triggered, like, my character has to talk to people more, essentially. Can I get anything with the... I can't write an article yet. That's just crazy. I could make something up, but that wouldn't fly. Still out like
Hello
a light,
again.
huh? I'm gonna look at the rest of your stuff.
Hey, Doc, is that mess of noodles really what our insides look like?
Indeed, Miss Leger. The human body truly is a marvel.
I suppose that's one word for it. Well, that's just disgusting.
Not disgusting, it's fascinating, awe-inspiring.
To each his own.
Hey, the man's doing what he loves. Okay. Let's go back out here.
Looks sturdy, but there's some rot creeping around the handles. I could easily smash this rotten bit
You
of
just
wood
had to
and get
walk on the
lock
screen.
off,
I was gonna
but
test
I'd better wait
something.
until the coast is clear.
The coast clear?
I could easily smash this rotten bit of wood and
You
get the
walked
lock
off
off.
screen though. Oh, okay. I did have to wait for him to
That
leave.
did it. Tile's no good anymore, though.
Oh, did I need it for something else? Whoops. Point is, we're in a new area.
Guess the devil won't be coming in here. The smithy's cold furnace. Did the blacksmith dabble as a Wainwright? Doesn't look too comfortable. Nothing here.
We just squat.
Seems the obvious place to keep valuables. Decorative or a functional hiding place? Empty. Just worthless trinkets. Scrap metal. Must not be valuable or it'd be salvaged by now.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I click on everything besides the obvious hiding spot.
No watch, just old ash. Emptier than that fool Jem's head. Well now, what have we
Ooh.
here? Got what I came for. Best not to stick around.
I was about to say, but what if I
in
do?
the ether is going on here?
I take it you're Lola Johnson?
You must be Lola Johnson.
That's right, Lola Johnson, who lives here.
What a terrible place to live.
Jeez, I'm sorry. This place is a dump.
All the more reason for you to leave it.
I'll be going.
You do that.
You walked past us so many times out there. Well, best not stick around. Okay, so the people walking in the scene do play a factor in that. I really like that. They're not just background fodder. Can I inspect the watch before I give it to you?
Fancy. Too bad there doesn't seem to be a pawn shop in town.
What if I give it to the sheriff? How do I know that's really that dude's dad's pocket watch? You know what I mean? You could just be lying. I'm here to
Welcome back,
report
Miss
a
Leger.
watch.
Nice watch. I'd be wary of flashing it around, though.
I try. All right, let it be known. I tried to do a civic duty. I don't know if that's really his family pocket watch. He could be lying to me. That's so perfectly timed. All right, you weirdo.
Here's your watch back.
If it
No
is your
fool.
watch.
You actually got it?
By a whisker, Lola turned up just as I was leaving.
Did you see you take it?
Don't think so. Anyways, that's my part of the bargain held up. You gonna let me in now?
Sure, go on. Oh, and thanks. I know we've had our tiffs, but I really do appreciate you getting this for me. My dear departed pa can rest easy again knowing his watch is back where it belongs.
That's not your watch at all, is it?
See?
Well, it is now.
Kid, if I were you, I'd make myself scarce. Otherwise, the only way you'll be able to tell the time on that thing is by squatting over a mirror. You get me?
Yes, ma'am.
I wonder if we could have threatened him.
Ladies
into letting us
and
in.
gentlemen, boys and girls of
probably could've.
all ages,
Dang
are
it.
you ready for some thrills?
I got tricked.
Are you ready for some excitement? Are you ready for some fun?
You gonna rip me off? Oh, there's time.
Woohoo! Yeah!
Without further ado, now present the star of our show, the last man standing at the Bleachbone Gulch Showdown, the only man to defeat bastard Billy Boakes in a duel, the man who discovered a gentleman, then gifted it to an orphanage, Gentleman Jake Ackerman.
Thank you, Charlie, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Gentleman Jake's Wild West. We got a heck of a performance for you today, but first, allow me to introduce my brave and loyal assistant, Danny Lowe. Now let's get this show on the road. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you rope a steer. Keep it going, Danny. Maybe you'll lasso yourself one someday.
The sun beat down upon them as the duelists stood and stared. But Billy Boakes had never fought somebody so prepared. Jake drew his gun, and bang! The bastard crashed down with a thud. The legendary
I was
foe
fully
lay
expecting
dead,
that to suddenly be a real bullet, and then we
in
have a
the
murder mystery
mud.
on our hands. Sure. I don't want to ruin the mood. I'll applaud.
And now for a most challenging proposition, perhaps the greatest feat of marksmanship to which a man can set his sights. You see those 5 juggling balls that Charlie keeps whirling aloft in such a dizzying display? Ladies and
Wow,
gentlemen,
we're getting like a full
fix your
show. I'm
eyes on that
impressed.
green ball in particular, and do not dare blink. For with but a single bullet, I will pluck it from the very air.
Yeah! Amazing!
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is our show. Thank you all so much. You've been a truly magnanimous, magnificent, and majestic audience.
And you can take home a piece of the legend. Come on down to the Jack of Diamonds to get an autograph or a souvenir ferrotype. We'll be there until last call. Stop by and shake hands with Gentleman Jake.
Ladies and gentlemen, good night.
Okay. Dang, we had like a full performance.
I'm telling you, Jake, I need that money tonight.
You knew the deal going in, Charlie. There's nothing I can do about it.
We'll see about that.
Hope I'm not interrupting, gentlemen.
My friend here was just saying his farewells. Weren't you, Charlie? Please do pardon that unpleasant display. What can I do for you, my dear?
Name's Harley Leger. I'd like to interview you for the Rosewater Post.
Well, shucks, it would be my pleasure, Miss Leger. Shall we go upstairs to my room? Beats standing out here in the dust.
Lead on.
Miss Leger, permit me to introduce my associate, Danny Luo.
We've met, actually. Not formally, I suppose. Nice to properly make your acquaintance, Miss Leger.
Likewise, Mr. Luo.
Please, you can call me Danny. Everybody does.
So what did you think of the show? Pretty spectacular, huh?
I would have felt so bad if I had booed him. It was amazing.
Spectacular. It was amazing.
Well, shucks. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Shall we proceed with the interview?
Right.
Why bring your show to Rosewater?
How did you come to pick Rosewater as your latest venue?
Simple. Plenty of folk in this town are looking for a good show. I ain't so hoity-toity as to think El Presidio or Los Virgenes are the only places worth visiting. After spending all day bent double over a pan in a creek or working his keister off down in a mine, a man is entitled to some amusement, wouldn't you say?
That's fair. I wonder if we're going to be able to ask all of these. If not, that's something that could potentially hurt us. What's your greatest accomplishment?
You're clearly a man of great deeds. Which would you say has been your greatest?
I value all my accomplishments equally.
Let's be a
Miss
super
Leger.
fan.
To single any one out would diminish the others. I couldn't bring myself to do that.
What a noble sentiment.
Have any of you ever gone to a convention and like paid to get an autograph from like a celebrity? Like someone you've seen on TV that you've admired, or like a famous voice actor or comic, artist, author? Because I have. And I know there's time for you to have like a little mini conversation with the person you're getting an autograph from. Some of them, not all of them. But I'm always awkward AF. I just want to be like, oh my gosh, I've admired you. I've seen you on TV. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this happened. And then I get up there and be like, one autograph, please. Here's the picture. Oh, and a selfie. I think I paid for that too. And then I take it and awkwardly leave. And then I have my friends who are like, oh yeah, I gave them a gift. We had this nice conversation. I'm like, first off, didn't know I could do that. Second off, I'm just too awkward for that. All right, back to the game. What would people be surprised to learn about you? Or how do you spend your time? That's less aggressive.
So what do you do when you're not gunslinging or adventuring?
Well, you were at the show. You saw it firsthand.
Right, but what about hobbies? Pastimes?
Well, I ain't the type to sit around reading novels, if that's what you're getting at. I'm a man of action.
What would people be surprised to learn about you?
What's something nobody knows about you? Give me something juicy.
I'm something of an open book, Miss Leger. Keeping secrets ain't really my modus operandi.
Come on, everyone's got secrets.
Oh, I think you'll find I'm not like most folk.
Hey, Jake, don't you have an appointment with Miss Sally this evening?
Damn, you're right. Sorry to cut things
Oh
short, Miss
no,
Leger.
I
I've
did
got
only have a
another
set number of
engagement
options.
I need to
No.
prepare for.
I should have plenty for my article. I appreciate your time.
Well, I look forward to reading your story in the next edition. Danny, see the lady out, would you?
Oh no, we goofed it, y'all.
Good meeting you, Danny. Guess I'll see you around.
I was afraid of like getting too aggressive in his
Not to
face
worry,
and
gents.
scaring him, and
Jake's
then
all
they'd be like,
yours.
it's time
hey,
for you to
were
leave.
in the show. Nice juggling.
Thank you, ma'am. Jake, get your ass out here right now, you four-flusher.
I'm just gonna sit in the corner
Now,
and
what's all
watch.
the ruckus?
Don't play the fool with me, Ackerman. You know damn well why I'm here. You might think you can give me the runaround,
y'all rob a
but
train
I wonder
together?
if my friends here won't convince you to pay up.
Charlie. Didn't anybody ever tell you only cowards get others to solve their problems for them?
You slum-guzzling bastard. I'm gonna fix that wobbling jaw of yours.
Come on up here, then.
You sure you won't reconsider, Charlie?
Shut the hell up and get out of my way. McGuire, take care of the kid.
By take care of,
Let's dance, cowboy.
Okay.
I suggest you clear out while you can, little lady. This can get ugly.
Little lady.
Where I'm standing, it's pretty damn ugly already.
Can't I watch? Can we fight?
Hey!
So that's how you want it, huh? Fine.
Let's all fight.
I'll let
This
the
is
boss
great.
deal with you when he's done.
Gonna punch?
Hey, pick on someone your own size.
Hey, don't start any trouble, lady.
You're in my way, you lummox.
And that's where I'm staying. Oh, no.
You
you're
want
not
me to
getting
leave or
away
not?
that easy.
Punch. Rookie move.
We can do this all day.
Nice dodge.
Is it something about timing?
I've seen pregnant cows more graceful than you.
Give him a new face.
Can I get through this door? Can I get up the stairs?
Hey, pick on someone your own size.
Go on, get him.
I'd better do something to stop these fools.
Do I have anything in my repertoire?
Ooh-wee.
Oh wait, there's a beer bottle right here.
Huh, Bollingworth Ale. Didn't know they got that out here.
Hey,
What? I can't
start
drink?
any trouble, lady. Oh,
What? Can a lady drink?
hey, don't start any trouble, lady.
There's a sequence of events that I'm not getting yet.
I've seen pregnant cows more graceful than you.
I gotta get it when he's like walking away. Oh, but then my mouse disappears.
Now that is mighty tempting. Warning, watch the dang door. Signed, management.
Oh, I need to get him over here.
Hey!
And then push the button. Maybe.
Don't start any trouble, lady.
Ah!
Whoopsie daisy.
Now should I? Let's just take it.
Hey, nice one.
Not the most honorable way of winning a fight, but these boys were hardly playing fair.
Hey, Charlie. Looks like your guys weren't as tough as you hoped.
Oh, dang! Close up. That was a surprise.
That got the old blood pumping.
You've got some interesting associates, Mr. Ackerman. If you'll excuse me, I have an article to write.
Hang on just a minute. I'd be a fool to just let you walk away after that performance. Come on back up here. I've got a business proposition that may interest you.
What about Miss Sally?
Oh, she can wait. All right, Miss Leger, I won't beat around the bush. Danny and I are looking to get some folks together for a job.
Oh, what kind of
and
job?
I think you'd make a damn fine addition to the team.
What sort of job?
Ever hear of Dr. Bennett Clark?
Can't say I
I
have.
don't think I have.
He was the lead scientist researching that ethericity
Oh yeah,
stuff.
he was in the
Before
newspaper.
the ban, that is. Dr. Clark moved out here not long after the big disaster back in Lamplight City. He kept up his research, even did some demonstrations at the Opera House. Till one day, he just up and vanished. Nobody's seen hide
that why
nor
you're
hair of
performing
him
at
in
the Opera
nearly
House?
a year.
So you want to find him?
And you want to go looking for him?
Oh, I want to go looking, all right. The thing is, we're going in search of Dr. Clark's fortune.
Oh.
Come again?
The feller was loaded. Somehow he managed to talk a bunch of big money investors from back east into financing
Oh,
his
this
research.
got so interesting,
All
but I
those
just
gizmos and
moved out
doodads
here.
don't
I've
come
just
cheap,
got a
you know?
job
We
at the
find his
local
stash,
newspaper.
We'll all be rolling in it for years to come.
I don't know if it's gonna look good on me if I just be
What
like,
stash?
peace out.
Surely it's all just numbers on a ledger somewhere.
Nope. I'm telling you, he kept his assets in cold, hard cash.
So you're looking to rob a man blind just because nobody knows where he is?
Now, nothing so uncouth as that. Picture this, a swashbuckling pirate captain, his vessel freighted with treasure. The vast fleets of law and order circling him, closing in. He digs a hole in the sands of some sun-kissed tropical beach to conceal his ill-gotten loot and makes himself scarce. Circumstance conspires to deprive him of the opportunity to return. Now, he's the brave treasure hunter who seeks and unearths the bounty guilty of robbery? Or is he just returning to the world what would otherwise lie forgotten and worthless? See, we're not after Clark's personal wealth. The money in question was meant to bankroll his etheric research. Since that's been outlawed, he can't touch it. And it's a drop in the ocean for the investors. They'll never miss it.
How many folks are you planning on bringing into this?
That depends on what we find. But I promise you, we'll all get a fair split, enough to make it all worthwhile.
What's your plan?
Clark had a lab nearby, a couple miles outside of town. Last place anybody saw him. We poke around there, retrace his steps, and it should lead us straight to the loot.
Uh-huh.
Now, call me crazy, but I get the impression you're not entirely convinced.
What gave that away? I'm not, and frankly, I don't trust you.
Truth be told, I'm not. Assuming this fortune even exists, which it probably doesn't, how do I know you won't just leave me for dead and take it all for yourself?
I admit we're asking you to put a lot of faith in us. Hell, I'd probably be just as incredulous were I in your position.
Mr. Ackerman's a good man, Miss Leger. He's never led me astray in all the time I've known him.
I appreciate it, Danny, but I think Miss Leger's gonna need a little more than just your word. Look, I've known quite a few moneyed folk in my time. They all got one thing in common. You know what that is?
They don't give a crap about people like us?
They couldn't give a rat's ass about folks like you and me.
I admit I cannot emphatically contradict you there, but not what I meant.
So what do they have in common?
They're good at keeping their money safe. Clark's cash is out there, I just know it. As far as your safety, you just took out a couple of brutes twice our size. It's plain to see you can take care of yourself.
I'm pretty good with my pistols, and Mr. Ackerman can talk his way out of anything. But we could use somebody who's good in a fight.
Besides, stick around old Jake long enough and you'll have enough material to write a whole book. Forget a measly little write-up in the local rag. I'm offering you a front row seat to a much better show. So, what do you say?
I mean, I'm in, but no funny business, but I also want to keep my job. I want to like write the piece before I leave is what I'm getting at.
All right, Mr. Ackerman. I'm in. At the very least, this venture should make for an interesting tale.
I'm pleased to hear you say that.
You won't regret this, Miss Leger.
We'll set out for the lab at daybreak. And please, call me Jake.
Aw, dang. It is wishlisted on Steam. Well, this is the end of the Rosewater demo. I'm thoroughly invested. I cannot wait for the full release. I'm gonna buy it as soon as it gets released. As soon as I get that email, I'm gonna buy it, and it's gonna be great. And I'm gonna hop on Lamplight City real fast after this. But thank you so much for joining me for this week's Casual Friday. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already, and give this game dev some love. Link in the description to the Steam page so you can check it out for yourself. And as always, I hope to see you next time. Bye!